With Warren, Congress eggs, Auchinclaw sauce. Where is she? There you go. My mother drove us, and rather than us be able to walk. And guess what? The first frost, you know what was happening? You had to put on your windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Look, what I can say is there is no stop in Joe Biden when it comes to climate action. That's been the case since day one of this administration. When I walk through the doors, it's been the case every single day as we've moved out to accelerate clean energy and electric vehicles.
Are there any downsides to declaring a climate national emergency?
Right now, like I said, it's not on the table for this week. We're still considering it. I don't have the upside or the downsides of it. As you can imagine, and I have said, this is an important priority of climate change. I just don't have specifics on the pros and the cons, but it is still on the table.
This is a real burden on New Yorkers as we're trying to do the right thing. We already, as I stated, we already have an overburdened shelter system. So now we're talking about, as you stated, food, clothing, school. This is going to impact our schools because we do not turn away individuals because they're undocumented. Translation services. There's just a whole host of things that this is going to produce, and that's why we need help in getting this done, and we need the right coordination to make it happen.
Is the border safe now? I was watching a news channel, and they were talking about an invasion was happening, and I got a little concerned.
Look. The border is secure. The border, we are working to make the border more secure. That has been a historic challenge.
The mayors of New York City and D.C. are calling for more federal resources to assist with asylum seekers who are being bused to those cities from Texas and Arizona. They've had thousands of people arriving over the past couple of weeks. Mayor Bowser here in D.C. said that these people are being tricked. What federal resources is the White House preparing, if any, to deliver to these cities and other cities that are now dealing with an increase of asylum seekers?
So I can tell you, Karen, that we have been in touch with both of their administrations, but we have been in touch with Mayor Bowser's office, and we have been in touch with Mayor Adams' office.
Could be resources that can be given.
Right now, I can tell you that FEMA is the lead agency on this.
Some advocates say that the governors of these states are using these migrants as pawns. Has the White House reached out to those governors and said, don't send these people to these cities on the East Coast?
So as you know, we're in constant communication and contact.
From the White House about
I think we have, this has come up before, I believe, a couple of months ago, and I think we believe it's shameful we should be making sure that we're doing everything that we can to help folks who are coming into this process in a legal way, respectful way, and I think it's shameful that that is happening.
That homeless shelters in D.C. were filling up. And groups are getting overwhelmed by these buses that flux. How many people?
Well, this is a very significant issue. We have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked into getting on buses. We think they're largely asylum seekers who are going to final destinations that are not Washington, D.C. I worked with the White House to make sure that FEMA provided a grant to a local organization that is providing services to folks. But I fear that they're being tricked into nationwide bus trips when their final destinations are places all over the United States of America.
Justice Thomas, as I have said many times before, right here in this briefing room, as the president has said explicitly in his concurring opinion, said this. He was very clear about this. So we need this legislation and urge Congress to move as quickly as possible. And it's something the vast majority of country supports, of the country supports, just like they support restoring Roe, which is a priority for the president, stopping a national ban that we're seeing from the ultra MAGA who wants to make a national ban when it comes to